May 2026 has officially come to an end, and with that, it's time to talk about 19 June new movies and TV shows. Kicking things off on Wednesday, the 3rd of June, this is one new film release in The Masters of the Universe. This is, of course, based off the old cartoon He-Man and Masters of the Universe. It follows Prince Adam, who is separated from his homeworld Eternia as a child. Years later, he finds the Sword of Power, which transports him back to Eternia, where he must embrace his identity as He-Man and free his kingdom from the evil warlord Skeletor. From the trailers, it doesn't look like a masterpiece, but it does look like a fun time with some good action and really gives off Thor Ragnarok and Lord of the Rings vibes. I am definitely looking forward to this. Of course, the cartoon was way before my time, but my dad did grow up watching it, so I'll see it with him. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see this one release date, but I will probably catch it on the weekend, so that's when my review will be up. Moving on now to June the 4th, which is one new film being released in The Amazing Digital Circus, The Final Act. This is the feature-length finale to a TV show that I have not seen, so I can't really comment on this one, but I know The Amazing Digital Circus does have its fans, so I thought I'd throw it out there. Next up is Friday the 5th, which sees a release of 3 new movies. First is Scary Movie, aka Scary Movie 6. This is the first Scary Movie film in 13 years. I'm not a massive Scary Movie guy. I've only seen the 4th one. I think it's fun enough. I like parody films. I can't really give a plot synopsis on this one because this type of parody movie doesn't really have a plot. It just kind of makes fun of films. The second film releasing on June 5th is Power Ballad. This is a new drama comedy starring Nick Jonas and Paul Rudd. It follows an Irish wedding singer called Rick who befriends a struggling pop star called Danny. When Danny steals a deeply emotional song written by Rick and turns it into a worldwide hit, it triggers a ferocious battle of egos. I actually went into a cinema the other day and they gave me 2 really cool picks themed after the Power Ballad. I'll give you a closer look on screen. The final film releasing on the 5th of June is Office Romance. It stars Jennifer Lopez and Brett Goldstein, and it is a straight-to-Netflix film directed by Ol Parker, who directed the second Mamma Mia film. It follows someone called Jackie Cruz, who is a strict, powerful CEO of Air Cruise. She enforces an anti-fraternization policy on all employees, but she is tested when she falls in love with her lawyer. Moving on now to June 12th with Disclosure Day. This is Steven Spielberg's new film and stars Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor. I'm so excited for this. We don't actually have a proper plot synopsis yet, but we do have this quote. If you found out that we weren't alone in the universe, if someone proved it to you and showed it to you, would that frighten you? Moving on now to June 19th, which actually sees 5 major new releases. First up is Toy Story 5. I'm not as big on Toy Story as many others, but I do enjoy them and I am excited to see this one in the cinema. Next up is The Death of Robin Hood. This is the latest A24 film. If you don't know, A24 is a studio with a pretty good track record. In fact, the new Backrooms film that is still out in cinemas right now is the latest A24 film. And honestly, this film is looking great. From the trailers, it looks like some sort of medieval Logan film, which is kind of ironic because it also stars Hugh Jackman. The plot synopsis reads: grappling with a past life of crime and murder, Robin Hood finds himself gravely injured after a battle he thought would be his last. In the hands of a mysterious woman, he is offered a chance at salvation. Another film releasing on June 19th is called Voicemails for Isabel. This is yet another Netflix rom-com. The plot synopsis reads: when a young woman's confessional voicemails to her late sister are redirected to a stranger, the stranger falls in love from afar. A bit creepy. The final film releasing on June 19th is called Night and Day. This is of course based off Virginia Woolf's novel of the same name. Night and Day follows a passionate young astronomer who does everything in her power to avoid romance. It is set against the backdrop of the suffragette movement of the 20th century. Moving on now to our first TV show of June in Sugar Season 2. I've heard some pretty good things about Season 1 that dropped in 2024, so if you enjoyed that, here's Season 2. On June 21st, House of the Dragon Season 3 releases. I haven't seen the first 2 seasons. I've heard some pretty good things about that as well. Also, my friend was actually an extra in Season 2. The live-action Avatar The Last Airbender also gets another season, releasing on June 25th. I've not seen the first season of that one either, or the anime. So, but I think my most hyped film of the month alongside Disclosure Day is Supergirl, which is our first release on June 26th. This is the second film in James Gunn's new DCU, fourth if you count the Suicide Squad and Blue Beetle, and fifth if you count the Batman. I am very excited for this one. It follows the Woman of Tomorrow story when a ruthless adversary strikes too close to home. Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, and an unlikely companion go on an interstellar journey of vengeance. Another film releasing on the 26th is Lucky Strike. This is the latest war film. I know there's loads of war films nowadays, but the reason I think this one's a big deal is because it stars the sons of Clint Eastwood and Tom Hanks. The plot synopsis reads: a wounded American soldier struggles to survive behind enemy lines during the Battle of the Bulge, relying on his instinct, spycraft, and a hand radio to evade capture and find his way back to his unit. The final Jackass film, Jackass Best and Last, also releases on the 26th. I personally haven't seen any Jackass film, but it does seem like it's the right time for the franchise to end, because I told my dad about this film and he told me that he thought all the Jackass guys had retired ages ago. But the final film releasing in June, also on the 26th, is a straight-to-Netflix film called Little Brother. It stars John Cena. It's a comedy about a famous real estate agent's carefully curated life being upended when his eccentric little brother randomly reappears. And that just about does it for every June new movie and TV show that you should know about. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.